Welcome to the Writers Weekly podcast, a forum geared toward the writing enthusiast and those who want to make money from their writing. I'm Brian Whidden, managing editor of Writers Weekly, and I'll be your host along with Angela Hoy, the creator of Writers Weekly and president and CEO of BookLocker.com, a full-service book publishing company. Whether you want to learn how to become a professional writer, how to find writing gigs, or even publish your own book, then you come to the right place. We'll be discussing all kinds of topics relating to the writing and publishing industries. Don't forget, you can also click over to WritersWeekly.com. There, you'll find not only thousands of articles about professional writing, you can also find current paying markets and job listings to help you boost your writing career and even your bottom line. But for now, let's get on to this episode of the Writers Weekly podcast. Hey there. Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Writers Weekly podcast. This is
episode 50.
We made it to 50 episodes. And people are still listening. That's the cool thing.
All right.
All right. I'm your host, Brian Whidden. With me again, Angela Hoy, owner, operator, CEO of BookLocker.com, plus the creator of WritersWeekly.com.
My voice is a bit off today because that front brought in some kind of allergens, and man, I've been coughing, so.
But she will be okay. As usual, she is happy to share her thoughts with us.
Yeah.
And again with us, Clayton Jones.
Everybody's favorite editor and book promoter.
Right. Do we need to go through Clayton Jones' bona fides again? Or, okay, give us your quick rundown there, Clayton. I know you got it written down.
Yeah, I've got it all written down. It's all right here. It's all right here on the script. Yeah, I'm Clayton Jones. I'm a writing professor at UTC in Chattanooga, and I'm an editor and a screenwriter and book marketer.
Yep.
And I write all kinds of things. I've got a new piece I'm working on. I'll tell you about later.
Oh,
awesome. Great.
And Clayton is one of our contractors, so he does a lot of work for us. If you come to BookLocker.com and decide you want to publish a book with us so you don't get scammed and want your book edited, well, Clayton may be the guy that's doing it.
Well, not only that, lots of our authors are using him for book marketing, and they love him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with that.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use BookLocker, if you go to marketplace.writersweekly.com and click on book publicist, editor, ghostwriter, all those links will bring up information about Clayton and how you can contact him. Yeah.
Okay, so for episode 50, oh, Clayton, you probably ought to get your sound maker ready. We're going to toot our own horns. We're going to share some real stories of authors who have saved thousands of dollars after contacting Writers Weekly about potential publishing scams.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really start this podcast to be a scam
awareness
podcast.
Right.
We really wanted to just kind of talk about the publishing industry and writing in general, how to get your writing paid for,
right?
How to make an income from this. But it's just become such a dark shadow over the whole industry. Not just the industry, everybody involved, authors, writers, anybody who wants anything to do with this. It's this ever looming presence, and
they're getting slammed with scammers contacting them.
Yeah. And well, we'll go over some stats later, but so it just, as a public service, this is what we're doing more and more episodes on. Doesn't mean we're not going to continue to do episodes on general writing and publishing stuff, but for the foreseeable future, we're going to be doing a lot of scammer news, which still people seem to appreciate.
Oh, absolutely.
We get plenty of clicks on that, which is not necessarily why we're doing it, but it is a byproduct of the situation. Did you have something to say?
Well, I was going to say in a few minutes, we're going to tell you how much money we've saved authors in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Since we started this.
Okay.
But go ahead.
But first, home office. Today's home office is, if there was a title, is What the Hell Are We Hearing in Our Woods?
Right.
I
Should I start out when this started 2.5 years ago?
Go ahead.
Okay. 2.5 years ago, I was a non-believer in Bigfoot.
Totally non-believer.
Total non-believer.
I was a dingbat for believing in Bigfoot.
Well, you listen to all those podcast episodes of
what's
the name of that podcast?
Sasquatch
Chronicle. We were on it.
That's right. We were actually guests on Sasquatch Chronicle.
I'm going to make this really fast because this episode might go on a bit. I was sitting on the back porch. I heard this banging sound really fast, quick, repetitious banging.
This was during the day.
During the day, yeah. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think.
Yeah.
And I thought Brian was downstairs doing something. And then I looked, and Brian wasn't downstairs. He was inside. And I looked to my left, and I saw a black, hairy creature, looked to me about 6 feet tall, hanging, we found out later, about 12 feet above the ground, hanging onto a tree trunk and banging.
Not a tree trunk. He was up in the tree.
He was way up in the tree. And he had a log, big log, in his right hand, and he was pounding on that tree trunk with that log. And I was struck dumb, okay? I knew what I was seeing, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And that started about 7 months. It started in October, and I think it went through like March, 6 or 7 months of not just us having experiences, but all our neighbors also having experiences.
Yep.
One of our neighbors' dog chased, the grandpa saw the dog chase one down the driveway. Neighbors' kids were getting screamed at in the woods.
Yeah.
Some of the kids wouldn't go outside by themselves anymore without an adult. We had neighbors over here, and we heard that sound that night, and the young adult neighbor, so it was her and her mother were here.
We had some neighbors as guests, and we were sitting out on the, well, not we, I happened to be inside.
Right.
The ladies were sitting out on the porch with our outdoor fireplace going.
Yeah, it was nice. We were having a nice chat, and then we heard the sound that we're going to describe to you today, and I kid you not, the young woman got out of her rocking chair and flew through the air at about 5 feet towards the door. I don't think her feet ever touched it to get into the house. Yeah. So.
Okay. So, so you had
that
nighttime events during that time too.
And then, well,
you want me
that
to
very night,
to what we got?
well, that very night, Tank, our dog, big dog Tank, was in the backyard. He sensed something. He ran down the porch stairs. He ran in the backyard, and I heard the most terrifying grunt scream. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah.
And Tank hightailed it back to the house, ran up the stairs, and stood by the back door shaking, wanting to go inside. It was dark. I couldn't see what it was, but I knew what it was. So anyway, go ahead. In fact, and we had many, many experiences. If I would be outside on the porch by myself, I could hear these big, long footsteps just in the woods, just to the right of our porch, which is where we had an incident happen last night. And it didn't happen every night, but it happened most nights. And I named him Billy, and I would talk to him. I couldn't see him because it was after dark, but I could hear him huffing, and I could hear him walking. And I was pretty terrified for a while, but then I realized if he was going to hurt me, he would have done so already. So.
I want to describe our property real quick. So we got 5.5 acres, something like that. Our house is actually built on a hill, like on the edge of we're on the edge of a mountain, basically.
Right.
The front of our house is on flat land, but then you just go around the sides and everything starts sloping downward. And our basement is built into the hill. Yeah. So if you walk down that hill for probably about 50, 75 yards, that's our yard, and then it starts
the tree line.
like 3.5 acres of woods,
right?
That go on down the mountain. But to the right of our yard, if you're sitting on our porch, so that actually means, because of the slope, our porch is like, what, 10, 12 feet up off the ground when we're sitting on our...
Yeah, it's pretty high porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we're sitting on our porch looking out at the mountain, I mean, there could be a grizzly bear down in the yard, and I wouldn't think twice about it because I'm so high up, I wouldn't be worried about it, you know, unless they suddenly learn how to jump or climb our stairs. But anyway, so you've got our yard, then you got woods out in front of us, but we also have a set of woods to the right of us. Again, if we're facing east, looking at the mountains, There's a set of woods between our property and another property that's about 30 feet wide, I would say,
Yeah.
that rides the whole length of our property from east to west.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're hearing these things. Now, sometimes we'll hear some crazy stuff going on right in front, in front of us, about 150 yards down
Deep
in
in the wood.
our wood.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we're hearing these sounds in these woods just to the right of our house, and it's only about 20 feet from the house, these
Right.
woods,
Way too close for comfort.
And so I think it was just a couple weeks ago, I was up at about 3 a.m. and I decided to let the dogs out, and I go sit on the porch just to, listen for them when
Wait
they're
for
ready
the dog
to
to come back
in,
in. Yeah.
And Tank starts going nuts in the backyard, barking it towards these woods. And I hear this god awful, like a grunt scream kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It almost kind of sounds like a bobcat scream, but there's this deep thing in it.
In front of it.
So loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a hunter. I've heard, and I'm going to play these for people that haven't heard them. Where I've heard deer blowing, I've heard bobcats screaming, and I've heard foxes screaming.
Right.
And it don't sound like any of these.
Mm-mm.
It's so much louder, and there's this bass to it.
It starts with a bass and then turns into a scream. It sounded like it was like right in front of us.
So anyway, that was about 3 a.m. a couple of weeks back. Was that after I broke my back?
Yes.
It was only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I immediately, after it happened once, and Tank's barking and barking, then it happened again, and that's when I jumped up because I didn't know what it was, didn't want him, whatever it was, going after Tank. I run into the bedroom and grab my shotgun. Of course, Angie's waking up. What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, there's something out there.
I literally opened my eyes and Brian's dragging his shotgun out and running out the door.
And so I go down to those woods and I start looking around, and then there's just nothing there.
Gone by
There's
then,
just
yeah.
gone. So last night, basically a rerun.
Well,
both Angie and I are there. Go ahead.
we were on the back porch. We were holding our phones and we were sharing funny videos with each other.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, the sound happened, that exact sound. And I looked at Brian and he looked at me. We didn't say anything. And then it made the sound again.
Mhm.
Now, what you'll hear with like deer blowing, it'll happen once, they'll run away. With bobcats, they'll repeatedly make that sound. So
and it's almost it's like it's repetitious, and the intervals between them are almost even.
Right,
They
right.
do it over and over and over in a systematic way.
Right. So it made the sound. Brian and I looked at each other. We didn't say, we were both thinking the same thing. And then, 30 seconds later, it happened again.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. Before that happened, Tank was on the porch with us. He sensed something in those woods. He went downstairs and was barking like a maniac, facing those woods. He has an electronic collar on. He can't get into the woods.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So it happened twice in about 30 seconds. Brian jumped up, went and grabbed the gun. It's got a big flashlight on it. And while he was inside doing that, it happened again. And then a minute later, it happened again. So it wasn't repetitious. It was the same sound, but it
was randomly timed.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I've been in the woods in the middle of the night, and any hunter that's been walking to his stand at 4 a.m. and has spooked a deer that was bedding knows this sound, and it'll scare the crap out of you. You're not expecting it.
But that's not what we heard.
But here is what's called blowing. And it's a warning sound by a deer to all other deer that there's something dangerous in the area. Okay. Like I said, that'll scare you in the woods in the middle of the night if you're out there by yourself. Until you really get used to hearing these things, and I almost always spook a deer on my way to the stand in the middle of the night. But here's the thing: you'll hear that maybe once, and that deer takes off.
Right.
And now I know there are game cam videos where some deer will be hanging out and they'll notice something and they may start stomping and blowing, and they'll stay there for a little bit stomping and blowing because they're not sure of what they're probably smelling something and they can't see anything.
Okay.
And so they're trying to figure out what it is. But when they know something's there, they'll blow once and they take off running.
Right.
And they'll keep blowing, but you'll hear it farther and farther and farther away as they're bounding through the woods, and they raise that white tail up to let all the other deer know there's a problem. And all the deer in the area will scatter. But that was not what we heard.
No.
I know that because it stayed there and kept doing it with a 110-pound dog barking at it no less than 20 feet away. So that wasn't a deer.
And it was so close and so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, bobcats make some frightening noises, and I've heard them when I wasn't in the woods, and I'm glad I wasn't in the woods when I heard them, because they'll scare the crap out of you.
And we do hear them occasionally, but they're always in the valley.
They're always down.
They're never.
Down.
No neighbor has ever reported one in our neighborhood.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But again, well, here's a bobcat sound. Okay. And again, I don't want to hear that when I'm in the woods at night. I don't. Mm-mm. But what we heard was that was not it.
No.
That it was still too much bass in there, and it was so loud.
And it wasn't repetitious.
And it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't like
no.
You know?
Yeah. And again, I think even a bobcat with a giant dog barking at it, as if that dog wants to kill it. Mm-hmm. Now I know a bobcat probably do some damage to the tank.
Yeah.
But it doesn't want to. I mean, every animal has to calculate the risk involved with fighting another animal.
Right.
It may get an injury that kills it, even if the fight doesn't kill it.
And what's interesting is Tank was stuck behind the electronic fence.
Yeah, he can't go
and in. That thing stayed in the same place because it was the same loudness each time, but didn't approach Tank.
Yeah.
And didn't run away.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It didn't run away.
Right.
And not only that, we're up there making noise
mm-hmm.
and laughing with each other and stuff, and it decides to start making this noise. So, it just, I don't know. Here's a fox. These are fox screams. And that's definitely not what we heard.
No.
They're too high-pitched.
And we do have foxes here.
Too quick.
Yeah.
We have gray foxes here. I think I've seen a red fox once, but we mostly have gray foxes.
And they're in packs down in the valley as well.
Yeah. Well, we have coyotes, too, but coyotes don't sound anything.
Right, yeah. Right.
But the fox screams seem a little too quick.
Yeah, right. So, that wasn't a fox.
And, of course, once I got down there with the shotgun and the bright light,
yeah.
Nothing.
It was gone.
It's just gone.
It seems that whenever we shine lights or when we put up those motion activated lights, they go away. If the light comes on, they go away.
When I first got up, when Tank was going nuts before the sound started, I was shining a big bright light all around the perimeter, and now I was.
That was from the porch. Right.
I was up on the porch, shining a light down. And it was after I had shown that light around for a while. It was about 5 minutes after it made that sound.
Yeah, again, twice.
So I don't know. Sounds like they're back.
We were talking last night because the first time it showed up was 2.5 years ago in October. So last October, we were thinking, well, I wonder if they're going to come back. And they didn't. Nothing. Nobody in the neighborhood reported anything. Yeah. We didn't expect anything on a warm night in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clayton, I hear you have had an experience.
Yeah. When I used to live up in Toccoa, Georgia, in northeast Georgia, on Currahee Mountain, which is a very rugged wilderness up there, Stevenson County, I believe. And in fact, that's where they took the soldiers in World War II for training because it was so rugged and remote. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we had the same kind of screams that would happen, late at night usually.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not a bobcat, not a deer, none of that. It's just like this blood curdling. It almost sounds human,
It does sound human. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like somebody in those woods, but there's still something off about it. That's not.
Right.
Yeah.
It actually sounded a little like this.
That's like it's sad, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
That was my cat June.
Okay. Are you joking about the sound, or are you joking about the whole damn story?
No.
I'm just joking about the sound.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure the listeners understand that you did hear something.
Did Clayton? Did you ever hear huffs?
You know, whatever it was, you could, yeah. It was some kind of huff. Yeah, for sure, and it feels like it's very close to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it doesn't like you.
You know, most people, when they start thinking of Bigfoot, they're thinking about the Northeast, not Northwest,
Right,
Pacific Northwest and the redwoods and all that stuff, that deep stuff. But I tell you, we got a lot of reports and stories and stuff from right up here in North Georgia, South Tennessee.
Well, there's the Bigfoot Museum.
We got a Bigfoot museum right in was it LJ Blue Ridge? Yeah,
they have a the owner of the museum came out here after our experience and came to a house party and talked to all our neighbors about their experiences.
Yeah. Well, they came out and did a full investigation. I mean, they put recorders out in the woods and gave us a night vision camera to use.
Yeah, right.
If we saw it, and if any of y'all are wondering, well, if this was going on, why didn't you turn on your phone, and record it? Let me tell you, when you hear this thing,
the last thing you
think about is, let me pick up my phone and record this. I mean, now if it was distant, maybe, but this was right up near our yard, and all I could think of is, oh God, this thing's going to kill Tank.
Yeah,
it's
when I saw the one, I had my phone in my hand. I think I was on TikTok or something, and I looked, I saw it. I had
all you could do was stare. Yeah.
And I didn't once think I should record this. And then I stood up and walked slowly to the edge of the porch so I could, get a better look. And it turned and looked at me and dropped 12 feet to the ground. And last night, my first thought was, oh, man, we know what that is. My second thought was, I think I need to check my underwear. And you never once thought to start recording with my phone.
Did it twice while I was on the porch. Then I jumped up to run in and go get the shotgun, and it did it how many more times?
2 more times.
2 more times while you were on the porch.
Yeah.
And then I hit the front door and got out there, and then it was done.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though I jumped up and ran in the house, it kept going. So looks like Bigfoot's back in Brian and Angie's yard.
Yeah. Clayton, y'all should come visit after dark.
Yeah.
We'll light a fire and have a good old time.
Yeah. Hang out with the big feet.
Bring your cat.
All right.
Yeah. We'll bring
Bring
June.
your cat.
I heard Bigfoot likes cats.
Use it as bait. Okay, well that was kind of a long home, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a long episode. Hey, it's episode 50 anyway. So,
yeah, right.
So,
in the past 7 days, WritersWeekly.com has saved potential publishing and writing scam victims more than $28,000. That's in 7 days, and we've been doing this for over 10 years. Yeah. So, all day long, every day, authors contact us using the contact link at the top of WritersWeekly.com. And we never charge for this service. When people need our help, we never charge for this service. Most of the inquiries we receive now are from authors who think they might be talking to a scammer or from actual scam victims themselves after they've been scammed. Approximately 25% of the emails from potential scam victims, they actually include dollar figures. The other people don't say, I was about to send them this much money. They just say, hey, this company contacted me. I'm considering hiring them. Should I? Is it a scam?
Yeah.
So
75% of the people that contact us aren't letting us know how much money they were about to spend.
Right.
So our estimates are off, but they're actually on the low end.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So today, the examples we're providing today, again from the past week, they only include ones where the authors said, I was about to send this person this much money, or they asked for this much money. And so the real figure is probably 4 times higher than what we're calculating by week. And so in the last 7 days, $28,546.50. Over the past 2 years, we estimate that we've saved authors more than $2.9 million.
Yeah.
And again, those are just the ones that stated a dollar figure. I couldn't calculate the other ones, so I just kicked those out.
Now, again, like this is kind of tooting our horn. I'd say about 25% of it is bragging on ourselves, but 75% of this is to make you all understand just how serious a problem this is, how prolific these scammers have become.
Yeah, and listening to the examples we're going to give today will teach you some of the things to watch out for. Yeah.
Now, again, Writers Weekly charges nothing. Oh, and Clayton's going to share some that he's done, I believe. Am I correct?
Yeah.
He's helped a few people
absolutely
save some money too. So we're going to get him in on this too. Okay. Now, Writers Weekly doesn't charge anything to do the research for authors. We do just ask that authors don't flood us with 10, 15 different websites and say, can you check these to see if they're a scam?
We send everybody a link to the article that teaches them how to figure it out for themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the real stories, we do want to warn everybody about the dozens of emails we're receiving on a daily basis from scammers offering to post a review of my book or one of Angie's books on Amazon or Goodreads. For a fee, of course.
Yeah.
And that's how the scam works. They first ask for an electronic copy of your book. If you send that stranger a copy of your book, then they can republish your book under their name.
Never send your manuscript to somebody you don't know that you haven't met in person.
Yeah. Then they collect the fee from you, and those can range from $25 to even hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on how many reviews they're promising you. Isn't there a name for sending an early copy out to people?
Advanced review copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
ARC. Yeah.
Advanced review copy. Is this what we're talking about here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry.
This is scammers email authors. They go to Amazon. They sort the books.
Reviews.
Yeah.
Okay.
They sort the books by bestsellers. They find the author's name. They Google the author. They find their contact information. You wouldn't believe how much of your information is available for free online that you can find within seconds. Mm-hmm. They email you. If they can't find your email address, they'll email one of your relatives and say, it's very important. I need to talk to so-and-so about their book.
Yeah.
And so I receive several spam emails today from scammers offering to, my mailbox was flooded with this today. Mm-hmm. Offering to post 57 reviews of my book on Amazon and Goodreads. Of course, none of them actually include the title of my book. Of course, I knew they were scams.
Yeah.
They all had the same marketing verbiage, and they all came from different Gmail email addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what they'll do. They send you emails from Gmail addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They always do that. It's sort of a dead giveaway.
The number one choice of scammers for free email services.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Yeah, because I guess they figure Google supports what they're doing. I don't know.
I think it's just one of the easiest platforms to just get a free email account.
You can make multiple. You can do multiples, mm-hmm. and that's why.
And Gmail does have like abuse@gmail.com. They do have different email addresses. You can contact them about scammers. But the problem's so prolific, I could spend all day long every day reporting the 200 or 300 scam messages I'm receiving a day. I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to educate people about what's going on so they know what to watch out for. Because we cannot keep up with the number of scammers. They're multiplying every single day.
Now with this particular... Oh, go ahead, Clayton.
Yeah. It's not that a professional can't have a Gmail address, but the giveaway is if they're spamming you with a Gmail address.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, real marketing companies... They have their own websites. Well, they have email addresses using that website domain, whatever.com. And they aren't spamming people because they're legitimate companies that are successful. Yeah. They don't need to spam authors. And think about this. And I've said this so many times to authors. If they're willing to spam you to get business, imagine how much they're going to hurt your reputation if you hire them to promote your book. Yeah. They're going to spam other people too, if they ever even bothered to do anything. Yeah. So go ahead, Brian.
And when it comes to that Gmail account, if you think about it, if you're a legitimate business, you want people to see you as a successful business.
Right.
That's why you have your own website. Mm-hmm. That's why you have your own email address with your own domain name in it.
Right.
because that says, hey, I've made it. I got, now, of course, anybody can start a website and an email account, but, to say I'm this business, I'm this corporation, and then you're sending emails out in a Gmail account.
Mm-hmm.
People would be like, well, how good a business are they that they have to use Gmail?
Well, it's easy and it's fast. They don't have to build a website. We call those amateur scammers.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing is if you're
Right.
getting something from somebody offering you services from a Gmail account,
don't do it.
you wonder why? Well, why don't they have a website and why
Right.
don't they have their own domain name and their own domain emails?
Now, keep in mind, we have over 3,000 scam publishing websites on our spreadsheet right now, and they do have their own domain names. So just because somebody doesn't use Gmail doesn't mean they're legitimate.
Well,
In fact,
and that's good.
99% of the companies people are contacting us about are scams.
Yeah, that's the one problem I have with us saying they always use Gmail. No, they don't always use Gmail. Some of them actually do have their own email accounts.
Some of them use Yahoo.
So you still have to be careful. Just because somebody spams you with something from a professional email account, an email account with a domain name, doesn't necessarily mean that, again, spammers are scammers.
Yep, that's our motto.
Okay, so in this particular scam we were just talking about, once you send your payment, the scammer disappears. You're not going to get any reviews on Amazon, and even if you do, which is extremely unlikely, Amazon specifically forbids paid reviews on their site. So if you pay reviewers, Amazon very well may ban your book and you from their publishing platform.
Yep.
And opening another account won't work. They block that. We've done an episode on getting your accounts closed from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put the link to that under this episode on writersweekly.com/podcasts.
They consider you trying to open a secondary account in their system even worse than paying for reviews.
Yeah.
That's a
It's like
lifetime
your
ban
scam.
there.
Yeah.
There's no appeals process for that
Yeah,
whatsoever.
their algorithms immediately catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Clayton.
Yeah, so I was just looking through some emails here because I was thinking about this one. Another thing that'll happen is from these Gmail addresses, you'll get emails from famous authors.
I mentioned a couple weeks ago J.K. Rowling being mad at me because I didn't write her back. Yeah.
Have you written her back yet?
No.
Well,
She's busy.
she must be. She's waiting. She's waiting by her
I'm
laptop.
I'm waiting
that
on you to write her
email.
back so we can make your book a bestseller in the New York Times and get a movie deal. Come on.
Yeah. So what they'll do is that they thoroughly research the genre, and they'll send this particular email I was just looking for one of my clients. He writes cozy mysteries. So they pick the best-selling cozy mystery writer, and immediately, it's pretty compelling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But don't hold your breath. It's not.
Yep.
It's not who they say they are. So
we ran an article last week, and I can't remember the celebrity author, but I'll put a link to that article under this one. And one of our authors received, I can't remember, super duper celebrity author. The name is just out of my head right now. So we received one this morning. It was sent to me. I'd enjoy learning more about your writing journey. What first inspired you to become an author, and what continues to motivate your work today? Does that sound like a genre-specific romance, beginning of a romance scam?
Nope.
It's just...
That's just generic. That's very general.
Oh, yeah, okay. it just, those romance scammers, how was your day? What did you get done today? Did you eat today? So all these, generic questions. And she also, like they all do, claimed to be an award-winning author.
You're comparing this email with the types of things they're asking during romance scams.
Right.
Oh, yes, it does sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were asking me if that sounds specifically like it's talking about a romance book. No, it doesn't sound like that. But it does sound like what the kind of things we've seen on Catfished and stuff like that when people are doing the romance scam.
They use the same kind of verbiage on Facebook, and they'll come through Facebook Messenger a lot of times.
Yeah. They act like they're interested in you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they want to have a bromance with you.
A bro.
Yeah.
Now, what's
But
the word for female? Womance?
I guess it's womance.
Womance or
But-
bromance?
Yeah. Yeah, so I see that one a lot too, because I'm obviously on social media a lot because I offer these social media marketing packages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not your friend, it's not your buddy, it's another friendly neighborhood scam artist that's that's trying to be your friend.
Yeah.
And we see it every day.
All day, every day. Yeah.
And almost all of them use female names because people typically trust women more than men. So be careful with that.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah, for sure. And so what they do is after they reel you in and you start to become best buddies, they'll say, "Oh, well, I've got this other person that I'm friends with who now has their book turned into a movie." And that's when the money really starts getting moved around.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, well, here's a couple of things they'll do. I've seen this one go down. They'll set up Zoom meetings with you. They're really good actors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually have had a client, I'm not kidding you, he got scammed for $110,000.
Phew.
Whoa.
110, and they went through the whole thing. It was a fake platform, everything, but it looked. This guy's no dummy. Guy's no dummy. I mean, everything looked legitimate.
And with the use of AI today, being able to do like a Zoom call and put somebody up there that's actually talking to you that doesn't even exist. Well, basically, it's like a digital mask over the person that's actually talking to you, so it looks like somebody else.
And a lot of them, they're stealing the images of actual personalities in the industry, in the movie industry, in the, the traditional publishing industry, and they look real. It looks like you're really. They could use a J.K. Rowling one. It'd look like I was talking to J.K. Rowling on Zoom.
Yeah.
It's so advanced, and so social media and especially Facebook has turned. It's a smorgasbord of scams now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just flooded. And remember, Facebook's making billions of dollars from these scams.
Oh, yeah.
Scam ads.
Yeah, there's lots of lawsuits going around with that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's because Facebook did the math and calculated how much more money they could make by leaving the scams on their platform. So they did.
They even, according to the Reuters undercover report, they even calculated, gosh, even if we get caught, we're making the fines won't
than what they're going to earn from the scams.
But they miscalculated that because just one person sued them. This was a person who, it wasn't a scam per se, but she was targeted on social media, and we'll put a link to that article under this episode. And when she was, I think it started when she was 14, and YouTube and Meta, which owns Facebook, were ordered to pay her millions of dollars, like $3 million or something.
Yeah.
And anyway, we'll put a link to that because we have an article on that from James M. Walsh, the lawyer we've been working with.
I just want to. Facebook is owned by
Meta.
And YouTube
Is owned by Google.
is a.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Google. Yeah. It's such an incestuous
It sure is.
thing. It's hard to keep track of who owns what. So,
Right.
Yeah.
What's unfortunate is almost all the author groups on Facebook are now flooded with scammers.
Yeah.
Seeking their next victim. They're data mining on there. They look at your post, your book covers, and they just private message you, or they research you and they get your email address, find it online.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the author groups on Facebook, big ones, are even moderated by scammers.
Yeah.
They have control of the entire group. So before we get into the list of people who we've saved just in the last week, okay, let's talk about a couple of authors who contacted us too late.
Well, we receive dozens of emails every day from folks who have already been scammed.
Yeah.
We're going to just use initials here. So someone, DK, sent $8,000 to Dream Publishers, Publish Pro LLC, and The Last Bookstore. So $8,000 to three different scammers.
Mm-hmm.
When he contacted us, he still believed he had been corresponding with 3 companies in the United States, and only after sending the money through Zelle did he contact us.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a third-party payment provider rather than a link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a real pay link. Yeah, and it's not that it's not that Zelle isn't a legitimate way for a contractor or someone in the industry to get paid. But
if you know them,
if you know them, right?
If you know them,
right?
Yeah,
right. But they'll go even further though, and surely you would think that people knew this, but don't ever send money with Bitcoin, and don't send money with gift cards or cryptocurrency. And then there's the unknown wire transfer thing. Don't do that one.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we got one of those today.
Yeah, Stripe and PayPal and Square, those all have fraud protection. So you're kind of safe there. But yeah, that was a pretty big clue, wasn't it?
Yeah, some of the scammers demand that the author send the money through PayPal's friends and family method, and you'll never get your money back if you do that. Right. And most people don't know that. Zelle is heavily infiltrated by scammers.
Yeah. If you literally know the person personally, fine. You can Zelle them money, you can PayPal them money, but don't ever send that money to somebody you haven't met personally. You don't know for sure who they are.
Right.
Use a credit card.
And just because J.K. Rowling tells you that person's trustworthy, and it's okay to send them money by Zelle or PayPal,
fact that
don't
never
do it.
Met J.K. Rowling in person is a pretty.
Well, there's that.
Not to be sending that money either.
Yeah, and no bank transfers. Losing your money on that. Only use credit cards. If a company does not accept credit cards, don't use them. Yeah. Legitimate companies have merchant accounts.
Okay, so still going on.
We're still on DK.
With DK here. So the so-called publisher convinced him to let them print his book. Now the fake bookstore said they'd pay him $12.99 per copy that they would receive from the publisher.
Right.
But the author had to pay to get the books printed.
Now, we've said this before, and we'll say it again and again and again. This is not how it works. Mm-hmm. Bookstores buy from a distributor, the publisher, or even the author at a discount. Authors never have to pay to get books printed for a bookstore order.
Yeah.
Ever.
So yeah. So I just want to I want to lay it out again. So he's and it was probably all the same person.
Oh, I'm sure.
Working with.
Yeah.
So he's dealing with Dream Publishers and Publish Pro LLC, and then something called The Last Bookstore. All of these are fake. Mm-hmm. These are not businesses.
Well, scammers.
So one of those publishers says, "Hey, we'll publish and print your book."
Yeah.
Right. The bookstore says, "Hey, we'll pay you to the victim. We'll pay you $12.99 per copy." And that's damn good payment for a book.
Right. Yeah.
Royalties are almost never that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pay you $12.99 per copy for every copy that we receive from your publisher. But then the publisher said, "Yeah, we'll go along with that, but you have to pay us to print the books to send to this bookstore."
Right. So the author was going to earn approximately almost $13,000 from the bookstore, but he had to pay to print the books up front. But it was still going to be a good profit.
The promise was you're going to make for your $8,000 that you pay to have these books sent to this bookstore, you're going to make $13,000 off.
Right. So you're going to end up with a $5,000 profit, and the author's probably greed took over their common sense at that point.
So they tickled his greed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he fell for it.
Yeah.
Only after he sent the money did he start digging around, which is not a smart way to do it.
Right.
You want to
contact us first.
Do your research first, then consider sending the money. If check with us first.
Right.
Chances are we're going to tell you not to send that money. But anyway, so only after he sent that money did he start digging and learned that the U.S. addresses for those companies are fake. They were all using virtual addresses, and we have discussed virtual addresses before.
Ad nauseum. Basically, you can pay a company to pretend you're located there. Sometimes $5 or $10 a month. They even get your mail for you.
Yep.
But if you have try to have papers served there or something, they're not going to get it. So it's a fake address.
I'll give you an example. I rent an office an office space in a nice big office building. Heck, let's say the Empire State Building.
Okay.
In New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And then I simply rent my services out to people for, I don't know, $30-$40 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You can use my address,
mm-hmm.
which is Empire State Building Suite something something something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have your mail sent here, and I'll sort it out and send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Repackage it, send it wherever you want me to.
Yeah, it's called mail
and
service.
Yep, when you advertise to your customers, you put your address as, the Empire State Building Suite, 502, whatever.
I'm never for more government regulation, but man, that is a shady business.
Yep.
They know they are working with people in Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, China. They know they're scammers.
The original
profiting
idea was, and it came out around probably the 80s or so. It may be older than that, but the original idea was, you're a small business owner. You don't have the money for an office for yourself just yet. This gave you a professional look.
Yeah.
When you were corresponding with people, but now it's just being completely abused.
Right.
Yeah, there's layers and layers of it. Virtual addresses, people with virtual addresses starting companies with virtual addresses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can never trust a U.S. address on a website anymore. Yeah.
Well, anyway, DK?
Yeah.
DK reported the scam to authorities, but we had to let them know that local, state, and federal agencies can't get that money back from scammers overseas. No matter who you contact, FBI can't touch them.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get that money back.
No.
It's gone.
It's gone. So that segues into something that's actually exception to the standard rule. This gentleman named AA, not Alcoholics Anonymous, it's Albert something, sent Page Turner Press, also known as Innocentrics, a company in the Philippines, $120,000, and it was his entire retirement savings.
Wow.
Sent him all that money. Another author who contacted us too late spent more than $1 million on a fake book-to-movie deal with the exact same company. 2 employees were arrested when they were stupid enough to fly to the United States in December of 2024. They were picked up at the airport when they arrived. See, this is the exception. The government, they had scammed so many people in the United States, and the government actually did step in because there were I think there were 800 victims. Most of them elderly.
Well, there was that many victims. It was so bad, but they also had the opportunity to pick these guys up because they came into our country.
Right. Most scammers aren't stupid enough to fly to the United States after they've scammed 800 elderly U.S. citizens. Right.
Yeah.
So the owner and another guy were picked up at the airport when they arrived, thrown in jail December 2024. 2 other agents working for them in the U.S. were also arrested. 3 of them are still in jail right now. The owner pled guilty last month. With time served, he only has to stay in prison for another 4 months. Then he'll go back to the Philippines.
Yeah, he also agreed to pay restitution. Good luck. Yeah. Once he's in the Philippines, what are they going to do?
He'll never come back to the United States. Yeah. He'll be untouchable.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that company had a whole bunch of names?
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah. If you look on Writer Beware,
love that website.
The list goes on. So it was in Innocentric, Philippines, and Page Turner Press and Media.
Yeah,
I like the way they put the word innocent in there.
Yeah.
In their name.
Yes, of course.
Notice that.
Innocentrics.
Oh wow. Okay, go ahead.
Innocent tricks.
Good catch. Oh, go ahead, Clayton.
They got some great names. Chaucer's Literary and Talent Bureau, Creative IP, Expertel, Fox Media Studio Agency, Guidebinder, Inkstone Literary Agency, Ink Trail Press, the literary firm Literary Guard, a.k.a. Lit Guard, the Metro Film Movie Central Club. You want me to keep going? Because I can.
No, it's okay.
All of these are one company.
And the reason they start so many different company names and websites is because once somebody complains about one, they just change their name, put up the exact same website, but put a different name on it, and start over. Yeah.
And the scammers working for this, and you're talking rooms with hundreds of computers and hundreds of professional scammers all working together to do this. This is not.
And they're putting out those cookie cutter websites.
Yeah,
all
this
those
is not
websites
some.
we see.
Yeah, this ain't some kid hacker in his basement doing this. These are professional operations.
Oh yeah.
And you may be contacted by, I don't know, Page Turner. Well, that's the main one. You may be contacted by LitGuard and decide you don't want to work with that, so they'll try Orion's media agency, and they might just talk you up real good. Said, hey, why don't we hook you up with Pioneer Multimedia, and we'll give you the introductions, and they're going to make your book into a movie.
And it's all the same company.
And it's all the same company, the same people, but they'll trail you along to make you think this is all legit.
Now, Clayton said Fox Media Studios Agency.
Yep.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
sound
one of them.
familiar? Sound familiar?
It does to me. We did a whole episode, I believe, on this.
Fox Media Studios. Yeah, the guy who was one of our authors who was about to pay $50,000 for a fake book to movie deal.
And that's the one where
Same company.
where these people pretended to be three different people: a screenwriter, a producer, and
Oh yeah, it just went on
something
and on
else.
and on. Yeah.
And they went
all the same
as
person.
far as to have these three different characters sending emails and letters back and forth to each other, and then showing the victim, see, we're working on it. We're all talking to each other to try to. Now we just need you to send us that money.
Right.
And once you got the money sent, then these two guys can get to work on this and that and the other thing. And they're showing them these emails back and forth to these fake people.
They even go so far as the screenwriter told me today he hasn't received the payment yet.
Yeah.
When can I let him know that the payment's going to be going out? I mean,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
they're
It
so
was
creative.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about authors who contacted us before sending their money to scammers and how much money we've saved each one. So let's start with Rick G. He contacted us after receiving an email from Mark's Madvertising.
Yep. Mark's Madvertising.
Mark's Madvertising.
Boy, when they use stupid words like that, when it's actually part of the, when they're pretending to be part of the media or a marketer, it just makes them look really stupid.
Well, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't go with anybody that's named Marks anyway.
Yeah, M-A-R-X, right?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm an American, and I'm not going to do anything with Marks. We couldn't find that website anywhere.
True.
And a person using a female American name wanted Rick to send $350 to.
Okay, pause. Okay. Clayton, I know you know, but no.
Abdul Karim Shiabola.
Very good.
I think that's who it was.
I always leave the big, long foreign names to the guys.
I said, yeah, Abdul Karim Shianbola. Yeah,
Anyway,
Ebola.
so $350 to that person.
$350 to this name
Yeah.
via a bank transfer. Red flag right there.
Yep.
And this quote unquote woman even referred to that person as her financial secretary.
What is that?
Yeah, no
I've
kidding.
never heard of a financial secretary.
Well, maybe in Nigeria they have financial secretaries. I don't know. Of course, we told Rick it was a scam. The money would have been quickly moved from the foreign customer's lead bank.
Yes, it was a United States bank account.
To an account overseas.
I'd like to know why these American banks are allowing these foreigners to have accounts.
Well, you've contacted banks before and have those accounts shut down.
Yes, I have.
I think they just have so many accounts they can't keep track of them all. But once somebody lets them know there's fraudulent activity, most will move on it. Some banks may be a little more shady than others.
That's true. Yeah.
So, okay. Let's go to somebody we're going to call MK. MK contacted us about KDP Amazon. KDP Amazon, people, doesn't exist.
Right.
Okay, and we told him it was an impersonator. Okay, it's Amazon
KDP.
or it's Amazon KDP. And
Or
KDP
Kindle Direct Publishing.
Kindle Direct Publishing is what KDP stands for, but there is no such thing as KDP Amazon.
Right.
The order is very important. When we clicked on the website, it wanted us to download something before going to the website. There's another big one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that, folks.
Yep.
You don't know what you're downloading into your computer.
Mm-hmm.
So we immediately just closed our browser. And this isn't included in our calculations because MK didn't quote a number, but we wanted to let you all know that some scam websites can actually install malware on your computer
Or on your phone.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody you don't know personally sent you a link of some sort, don't click on it.
Right. Yeah.
And if and I mean, if your bank sends you a link to click on, you need to call your bank and say, I just received a text message and email and said, click on this link. Is this for real?
And your bank's going to tell you it's a scam.
And chances are your bank's going to tell you it's a scam, but they have the ability to look and find out if somebody's trying to reach you and needs you to contact them. But call their customer service. They can handle anything that they would have originally, and that usually they don't send you emails and ask you to click on things.
I've received emails from banks that look like that. Of course, and some they're banks that we use.
Yep.
I always go directly to the bank's website that I already know by heart because I use it all the time. And also, for a period of time, I was receiving numerous emails every single day from, quote, PayPal, wanting me to click on a link saying we've got a suspicious activity. I didn't click on the link. I went directly to my PayPal account and logged in. There was no suspicious activity at all. Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah.
It's quick example. My hospital bills are starting to roll in.
Oh yeah.
And for the most part, they're being put on a patient portal that I had with the hospital. So all I'm getting are mostly texts that say, go to your patient portal. We've added another bill to your thing, and I handle it from there. I got a phone call out of the blue and answered it because it was a Chattanooga phone number.
Yeah.
And, it's nice girl. Hey, I'm from so-and-so, and you have a bill of this much. And, would you like to pay that now? And I said, no, I wouldn't like to pay it now, but I do want to pay it. But what I'm going to do is go through my bills and check for this amount and make sure that I have a bill for this, and then I will find the number on that bill and I will call it.
Good for you.
And she was perfectly honest. Sure, we understand, no problem at all. I'll put you down for saying that you're going to pay it soon.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But it very well could have been a scammer.
It easily could have been somebody just pretending to click here, or give me your bank information, and So.
Yeah. Now, MO contacted us about 2techonline.com. That's number 2. techonline.com. Their U.S. address is in New York. Their U.S. address in New York is a house. Facebook says they're in Pakistan. We saved her $400. CM paid $499 to kdpbookpublishers.com, but then contacted us. He was about to send them another $5,000 for so-called marketing when he got suspicious.
Yeah.
So I bet the kdppublishers.com. The .com was an impersonator website.
It's kdpbookpublishers.com. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely an Amazon. Because Amazon doesn't offer marketing services. And they don't charge authors to publish books because they refer you to third parties.
Yeah. I believe Angela mentioned... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got a client who actually got a phone call from one of these Amazon impersonators, and I think the name that they were going by, it was something along the lines of they had Amazon in the name. I can't remember. Yeah. I've got the voicemail saved somewhere, but this one sounded really legit. It really did.
Yeah. Hello, I am Bob from Amazon Book Publisher.
No.
This I know they got.
This was
voices. Now.
This was an American accent for sure.
Yeah,
they can use AI to make them sound safe.
They learned how to get around that accent.
Right.
Actually, now that I think about it, it was a British accent.
Oh,
so that one makes a little more sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those accents are trusted more than American.
I know.
It always sounds so royal and important.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I call you, tell you I'm from Amazon Book Publishers, then you will certainly send me your.
Wait a minute. I think it was you.
It might very well have been, old chap.
You're starting to sound like the Indian guy on The Simpsons.
Wait a minute. He doesn't have a British accent.
But you were starting to wave into the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, see, I can do accent impersonations, but they always seem to bleed into some other crazy accent. So, Angela herself, I believe in our last episode, mentioned that Amazon is the most copyright infringed,
Trademark
infringed name out there. Everybody, all the scammers try to pretend they're Amazon.
Yeah, and then when that doesn't work, they just start impersonating other companies.
Yeah, and there's only I mean the names Amazon.com, Amazon Prime, Amazon KDP. That's it. There's no other Amazon this, Amazon that.
Right.
Nope.
And
we had one of those today where the writer emailed me the email or the website of a company that he was going to do business with, but he wasn't communicating with those actual people. He was communicating via Gmail with some other
Gmail.
Right. And I know we're mentioning Amazon KDP a lot, and we'll put a link to our episode about why you should not use Amazon KDP.
Yeah.
Under this episode at writersweekly.com/podcast, episode 50. Yeah, they're terminating authors left and right.
And we mean the real Amazon.
Right, the real one.
You don't want to use.
Yeah, the scammers are happy to keep taking your money. Yeah.
Okay, so somebody will name KC contacted us about Book Publishing Edge. Now, this is another Pakistani scammer using a fake U.S. address.
Y'all starting to see a pattern? Mm-hmm.
So they have the same website template as many of the other sites that are part of the overseas publishing cartel. And their website was registered in Iceland, like many of the other scammers we've exposed, and their minimum per project is $1,000 with an hourly rate of $25 to $49. Again, they're a scammer, so their quotes are all fake anyway. And it's been a while since we've talked about these professional-looking websites from these scammers, but they are very good, and there's a lot of them out there. Websites that look very, very good. Are you getting heat blown on you? I'm sorry. Yeah, just turn that off. It was cold down here, so I turned the heater on before we came down to record. So.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to. Oh, go ahead.
Well, anyway, so you got to be very careful. Yeah, they may not even be using that Gmail account. They may direct you to this really good-looking website, and it's all a scam. And we had a whole episode on how to look at those websites and
the 11 ways to determine.
The 11 ways to determine if somebody's a scammer.
We also, and the link is on the 11 ways page, which again, we'll put that link under this episode. We have a list of multiple scam websites and exactly how they're ripping people off. We got that on the website. We had to stop adding specific names to that website, to that page, because one, there's so many now, we don't have the manpower. Two, it made more sense to just teach people how to figure it out themselves if it's a scammer.
Yeah.
And three, people were going to that page, and if the specific scammer was not on that page, they thought it was legit. They thought, and we've got a disclaimer at the top. This is a drop in the bucket of what we have on our spreadsheet.
Now, originally we started out thinking that we could somehow maybe name, most of the scammers, but I mean,
we couldn't keep up.
It just kept growing and growing and growing. You stopped at what, 3,000?
That's on my spreadsheet. No, we don't have near that many on the website.
Yeah, but I mean, on your spreadsheet, we
keep adding to the spreadsheet.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. So we're at over 3,000 now,
and they're putting up dozens of websites a day.
Yeah,
nobody can keep up.
There is no keeping up. The only thing you can do is educate yourself.
Right.
So
exactly.
Okay. So the next one, SJ. She was paying $500 a year to a company called Regency, and she later found out that was located in India. And, India is on the cutting edge as far as teaching people technology.
Yeah,
They really are good at teaching their people, and there's a lot of scammers there.
Right.
So they designed her website. Now, however, they increased the price to $1,500 a year and wanted her to wire the money to a cryptocurrency account.
So she was originally quoted $500 a year to maintain her website, host her website, and then the second year they triple that to $1,500. Yeah, bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she clearly thought something was fishy there, and she demanded that they give her control over her website, and they told her to do that it was going to cost $750.
So another $750.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told her that they were never going to give control of her website back to her, and
Yeah.
we interviewed an author that went through this type of thing with somebody keeping control of her website instead of giving her control of that website.
We've actually interviewed 2 authors. It
Yes,
was the
2
woman and the man whose websites were taken hostage
Yeah.
by scammers. Yeah.
We also instructed her where to go to get an affordable website built by a U.S. citizen. And that U.S. citizen is sitting right here with us now. I'm looking at him on my screen. Clayton Jones.
Yeah.
It's me.
And Clayton.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. I design websites for authors, and and
Do a great
they
job
are
at it.
affordable. Yeah, the sites look very good. They're all unique. They're not cookie cutter.
They're not cookie
really.
cutter, yeah.
Right.
I mean, obviously there are certain things you want to do, but the process is super simple. I get an idea after consulting with the client what they want. They'll have direct access to it. They can go, and in fact, that's one of the things I try to do with the basic website is to make it easy for them to go in and update it if they need to,
So that you don't have to keep going in there and doing
they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
If they want updates, I do have a maintenance package that I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can totally
They
set
can
it up
do
and
it
make
themselves.
it simple enough. Yeah, and they can put their blog in there, and they can update their blog, and they can update their product offering and all that kind of stuff. And
But they always have password access to their own website.
they always do.
Yeah, because they own it. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And then does that cost anything extra to have control of their own website?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Okay.
not. That's part of the deal. And the websites are affordable. The basic one is I think it's $800. So between $800 and $1,200, you can have a super duper looking,
very nice
professional website that will do everything you wanted and more.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Apex Publishing quoted BJ, seriously, BJ, 199 pounds, it's British pounds, for editing, formatting, and distribution of his ebook to 5 online platforms. Here's the thing, people. You're not going to get your manuscript edited for 199 pounds, which is actually $400 US. Yeah. That's way too cheap. That's a non-English, native English speaker quoting you some rock bottom price to get a few dollars out of you, and then they're going to upsell, and they're never going to edit your book correctly anyway. So they offered this for 199 pounds, which is 400 US. They tried to rope him in by sending him a 5-page, quote, editorial report of his book that was clearly written by AI. There are lots of scammers using the name Apex. I just wouldn't use any company that has the name Apex in it. I'm sure there are some legitimate companies that do, but I've seen that name a lot. Mike S. contacted us about yet another website featuring a virtual address. He was about to send them $4,000.
Apex sounds too close to Acme. And if you ever watch what happened to the Coyote, whenever he used Acme products,
it never went well.
It never played well for him. Yeah. Okay. We got another one here. Bobby G contacted us about a botched editing job. Now, he paid $1,500 up front for half the project. Angela, is that about right for an editing project?
It depends on the manuscript, and
Okay.
it depends on the type of editing that you need. There's everything from proofreading. Clayton, this is your department.
Clayton?
Yeah.
So $1,500 up front, is that about right? Does it? Can you just flat fee it like that?
Good editors are going to charge you per word.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fake editors charge you a flat fee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've done flat fee, but not too much. Not too much.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't,
So this
I don't feel
scammer-
good about it.
Yeah, so this scammer kind of knew the game and knew how to, how to quote and sound kind of legit, it seems like.
Well, keep reading.
But yeah, I know. I get it. But I'm just saying so the guy paid half up front.
Yeah.
But then the editor only sent him 2 chapters.
Not half the book. Yeah.
Not half the book.
Right.
Right. He said the editing was horrible.
Well, yeah.
And the editor
Non-native
added
speaker.
another $1,500 before he would send the author the rest of the first half of his book.
It was supposed to be a $3,000 project.
Yeah,
And the guy
Yeah.
Go ahead, Clayton.
Well, so something that I think we should mention here, it is industry standard for an editor to get paid up front.
Yes.
Yes,
and
that's
I do think
that's where I was
that
going.
Sometimes, new authors will blink at that, like, wait a minute,
yeah.
I don't need to be paying you up front for work you haven't done. But no, that is standard. That is
Yeah,
standard.
the reason I was clarifying these things with you guys is because just above this we were talking about $199 is way too cheap for an editor.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to clarify that $1,500 up front could be in that range. So this scammer was slick.
Yes.
He didn't offer too low a price.
Right.
He offered something that would make somebody believe, oh, okay, that sounds like a
Well,
legit cost for an editor.
Yeah, that's like that's a median price. I mean,
Yeah,
I see that all
exactly.
the time,
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, they weren't stupid and said we'll do it for $199. So yeah,
But that's when she got suspicious, was when he said, "Oh, he sent her 2 chapters. From what I understand, he sent her 2 chapters.
when he
He
promised,
said he was
book.
finished with half, but he
Yeah.
said, I need to do the rest. I need the other 1,500 right now." But again, she said the editing was horrible.
Yeah,
Most professional editors who have very good reputation, who are actually located in the United States, like Clayton Jones, that they require payment up front. They go through the entire project. Nobody wants to split it in half, 2 pieces, and it just goes smoother that way. And, again, so many authors have used Clayton services, and he's got plenty of testimonials to
yep.
to refer authors
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Hey, we trust
I
them.
mean, most always. I mean, I have done it where you split the payments every now and again, just every now. If it's a project that I really like, and I know the person,
That's another
But,
thing. Yeah, you got to know them.
Yeah.
You want to trust who
Yeah,
you're
but
working with.
usually, I mean, it's always payment in full up front. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
kind of the way it goes.
Yeah.
I do proofreading services, and when Clayton gets backed up, and I also require payment up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I pointed out to that author that she gave me the guy's website address. It wasn't working. It was a non-working website. The author never bothered to click on the editor's website. She just kept going back and forth with his Gmail email address.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And that mistake not only cost the author $1,500 for a botched manuscript. He did not send the other $1,500 because he contacted me first.
Good.
But that scammer now has an electronic copy of his manuscript.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he can take that electronic copy of that manuscript.
Mhm.
He can get it copyrighted.
Mhm.
And then start selling that book and collecting royalties for himself.
She has not yet copyrighted her manuscript, and she hasn't because she's still having it edited and changed. If he copyrights it first,
Yeah.
what's she going to do about it?
Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing she can. She could go to the copyright office, but nothing's going to happen.
First come, first.
Yeah. Don't send your manuscript to strangers.
Okay. David contacted us about a company called Pen in Charge.
We've heard of this company before. They were on our
Okay.
list.
And yeah, they were already on our list, and their website is less than 6 months old.
Big red flag.
Yep.
We tell authors, unless the company's in this day and age, unless the company's been in business for 10 years,
Don't mess with them. Don't mess with them. All right, so a guy named David contacted us about a company called Pen in Charge. Now they were already on our list, and their website is less than 6 months old, and that's a big red flag. We generally tell people don't do business with anybody whose website is less than 10 years old. In this day and age, you've got to be wary about that kind of stuff. Their U.S. address is a virtual office, and we clicked on the book links on the website. There are only 4, and their phone number brings up nothing in Google, so it's likely a VoIP phone number. So we saved this guy $2,199.
I want to mention that the 4 books on their website, been in business for 6 months. They only have 4 books.
Yeah.
Because they've been ripping off authors on all the other ones. Those are probably 4 fake books.
Yeah, I'm sure if we did some more digging, we'd have found that those were fake.
Even if they're not, 2 of them were by the same author, but in 2 different languages.
Okay.
Picture book.
Yeah.
So 4 books, 3 authors. Yeah.
So almost $2,200 we saved that one. Cynthia was going to send $99 to a fake book club for a review. What they hadn't told her yet was that she was going to have to pay for copies to be printed to all of the reviewers, and that was going to cost around $2,000. The scammer was then going to tell the author that she needed to send tips to their reviewers, and we've talked about this one before. $20 each. You like that, Clayton?
that one tickles me to death. That's
Now she was also considering another
reviewer.
Yeah, we see that all the time.
Do you make tips, Clayton, when you edit a book?
Tip?
No, not those kind of tips.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some choice advice from time to time.
She was also considering another book club that was even more expensive, and
well, it must have been better reviews then if they were more expensive, right?
Yeah, right. But again, you pay for book reviews, you get banned by Amazon. It's never worth it.
Yeah.
Well, now wait a minute. Couldn't they take? Well, first of all, couldn't they take her money and disappear? And then they'll take copies of the book, like a third-party seller, and put them on Amazon and eBay and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, likely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know that happens. Yeah. Anybody can set up a third-party seller site on Amazon or Amazon Advantage or whatever they call it now. Yeah.
Okay.
She stopped.
Yeah. So let's see. A guy named John contacted us about global Amazon publishing.
Yep. Another Amazon impersonator.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, they wanted to publish his book and showcase that book at book fairs. And there you go. Andy's eyes are bugging out already.
Right.
Because if you've been reading Writers Weekly for any amount of time at all, you'll know that Angie hates book fairs.
It's a complete waste of money.
Yeah. Of course, none of this was going to happen, not even the book fair.
Yeah, we published an article just last week on why authors should never, ever, ever pay someone else to have their books displayed at book fairs or other events. Now, I'm not talking about a celebrity author going to a book fair and speaking in front of a bunch of people and selling 1,000 copies of their own book, okay? I'm talking about a company that says, we're going to display your book at the Frankfurt Book Fair. That's the big one. All the scammers use the name Frankfurt Book Fair. What happens is, you send them a copy of your book. They say they're going to travel to Germany with it, and put it on display. And then later they send you a very poorly photoshopped image of your book sitting on a bookshelf, surrounded by thousands of other books. The one we talked about last week or the week before was the picture the author got. It was her English language book surrounded by a bunch of books with Chinese writing on them. And there were even signs on the walls with Chinese writing.
Well, hey, at least they made sure her book stuck out.
But again, it's all Photoshop.
Yeah.
So, and we'll put, okay, so if you're a famous author and you go to an event like that, you're going to make money. If you're an author who's unknown author and you pay somebody to display your book, your book's not going to get displayed anyway. Some authors get invited to speak at these events, and it's often worth it for them because if you're speaking for an audience, it's more likely more people are going to buy. Oh, plus you can take more than one copy with you of your book.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we pointed out to this gentleman that the person contacting him was using a Gmail address And we also pointed out to him that their URL is not a working website, which he could have found all by himself by looking at that URL. This is just another author who didn't even look at the company's website.
Yeah.
The author just continued to converse with somebody using Gmail email. Global Amazon Publishing stopped posting to Facebook over a year ago. So these scammers were posting on advertising on Facebook. According to the Wayback Machine, they were only in business for 5 months. Wonder if anybody can guess why.
I bet it's because Amazon had them shut down.
Yep.
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 Yeah, Amazon doesn't like its name used. So,
So Amazon, again, is the most impersonated name, logo, variation of names that these scammer publishing companies use, or that they come up with. I was corresponding with a law firm working for Amazon. It's probably about a year and a half ago, I think. And I sent them proof of these 4 Amazon impersonation websites.
Yeah.
Within 4 hours, those websites were down, and they were hosted overseas. Amazon has the power.
When they're aware, but they can't even keep up with the number of people that are abusing their name.
Right. So even though there's no website anymore, somebody was still using the name Global Amazon Publishing to try to scam authors as recently as this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so a gentleman named Gary, he lost $2,600, actually $2,650.
Yeah.
He was the victim of American book publishers. Did you notice the Z at the end of that, publishers?
A lot of the scammers think they're being cute with these odd spellings, but it just makes them look unprofessional because if you're in the publishing industry, you want everything spelled correctly.
Yeah, so American book publishers with a Z at the end. They refused his refund request. However, he obtained a full refund of his $2,650 from Citibank after Angie advised him on how to issue a chargeback without having the bank request that he work it out with the vendor.
Yeah, quote, work it out with the vendor. Often you contact your bank, your credit card, about a chargeback, and they'll say, well, you need to work it out with the vendor first. Now, I have specific wording that I give to authors, and we will publish an article this week on this topic, so you'll know what to say to. What to say to your bank to make them immediately process a chargeback and not encourage you to go back and keep talking to this guy in Pakistan, which the scammers will drag it out past the time period when you can file a chargeback. They do that on purpose.
Yeah.
And then you're never getting your money back. Let's see. Miriam saved $2,699 after contacting Writers Weekly. She forwarded a spam email to me that she'd received. They wanted to, quote, onboard her book, whatever that means. But she said it sounded good, and it was confusing because the email was worded in a way that made the person think she was already working with that person. It was like, hi, Miriam, I'm so glad we got to talk the other day. We're ready to onboard your book. We're ready for the next step. And this was an elderly woman who was thinking, oh my gosh, did I really talk to that person last week? No, I get those emails all the time too, every day.
Yeah.
They pretend like we're already in business together, and it's time for me to send them the next payment.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a few. Okay. There's a lot more. We could go on and on and on, but we're actually running short on time here.
Yeah.
This is the last one we're going to do today. Well, it's a long episode, but hey, it's episode 50.
Yeah.
So,
So we can go 50 minutes over.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Eric contacted us today.
Yeah, it's this afternoon.
About my book.
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. nybookexperts.com. And that's all one word, NY Book Experts. So they want to fool you into thinking they're a New York book publishing company.
Yeah.
We saved him $4,000.
Yep.
Their website is only a year and a half old, but they have book covers on their site for books published before the website ever existed. That's copyright infringement.
Yep.
One of those books was published by Random House back in 2017. And again, Their website is only a year and a half old.
Right.
It's not unusual for us to find the exact same book covers stolen from other publishers or on multiple scammer websites. This is a common thing that they do. Is they just steal book covers from
Amazon. Right click on Amazon and it's easy.
Slap it up on their website, and somebody that's not researching will never know the difference.
Yeah. So Amazon's the most trademark infringed company. The state where most of the scammers say they are, percentage wise, is New York, because everybody assumes the big five in New York, the big five publishing houses, and of course virtual address. Again at the what's the name of that building?
Empire State.
Yeah, the Empire State Building. That one. Yeah. Remember that Writers Weekly has an article with 11 steps you can take to determine if a company is a scammer. We will post a link to that once again under this episode at writersweekly.com/podcast episode 50.
Remember, there are more scam websites out there than are legitimate now. There are more scammers than there are legitimate publishers.
Yeah, thousands.
So you have to be careful. There's too many for us to ever name, and it grows every day. So the only way you can really be protected is you have to educate yourself. And this episode that we had, the article that we have, 11 steps that you can take to determine if a company is a scammer. This is the way to educate yourself.
Right. And if you're confused or you need help, I have a lot of elderly folks contact me. Go to writersweekly.com. Click on the contact us button. It's going to go right to me. Email go right to me. And again, free of charge. Happy to help.
Yep. Clayton, we need to go to you. Who have you saved lately?
I just got one in just now.
Yeah.
Really?
Just now.
Yeah. Just
as
now.
we speak. Folks, we are live and national right here.
Yeah. I just got the response back from the author.
News.
She understands that this is a scam. And this is I'm seeing this one more and more. The way that the scammers speak to you, they use lots of technical jargon to to make you feel dumb and so
make themselves look smart.
Yeah. This one is the title of the email is structural distribution gaps affecting the book title.
What?
Structural distribution gaps.
Just making stuff up now.
Yeah, I recently spent time reviewing the digital trade distribution layout. Really?
What?
You did that. Well, I'm glad you did. Retail backend structure and platform positioning for your book.
You always got to watch that platform positioning because it'll screw you.
You do. You do, and then they go on, and then it's the hook with all the biographical information from the author. I work with a positioning and trade discoverability advisory that helps professional leaders, legacy advocates, and authors connect critical back-end cataloging errors across global online bookstore registries.
They use the worst AI program ever.
Highly wrought diction. That doesn't mean anything, but it's that highly wrought diction that fools the author. When looking at your digital footprint through a commercial book supply lens, the book is currently running into an invisible, highly restrictive database roadblock that limits its reach to its audience.
Totally,
and look, it goes on, and then the big one, they start talking about the algorithm and refining the book's positioning, and I mean, look now, some of this stuff is marketing jargon, but not no.
Some of it
sounds like gobbledygook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they stopped. They're not moving forward. We saved another.
Good.
Do you know how much they were looking to scam off this person?
Didn't get a figure, but I did get a website, and the website had prices on it.
Oh, okay.
And Let's see. Yeah.
While you're looking, a lot of the scam websites don't have prices on them.
Mm.
Yeah, packages.
They want your contact information. No, they want your contact information so they can get selling. They won't publish your prices because they want to be able to contact you directly and go for the sale.
That's what I said. Stay flexible.
No prices, but but guess where they're located?
New York City.
New York City. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Are they in the Empire State Building?
Of course they're in the Empire State Building. Of course. The very top floor. And if you look at the very bottom, though, the website is copywritten for this year. And the area code, guess what the area code is?
What?
555.
555.
Oh, man.
Of course. And I've never been to I've been to New York once, but I know the area code. I mean, it's not 555.
When did you just pulled that website up just now?
Yeah.
Folks, listen to that. In this 5 minutes, and Clayton had already pulled up the website and identified what three different points that showed you this was a scam website. That's how easy it is if you just learn what to look for.
Yeah, and the biggest giveaway is the logo in the top left-hand corner. It's got a feather.
They have a feather? Oh,
they've got a feather.
Got a feather in there. Got
the
quill.
Yeah. The quill is one of the things on our list of 11 ways. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then I left this out. This is the most hilarious part about this correspondence. The author asked them about the Gmail address, and they explained it, and they said, regarding my Gmail address, I use it as my primary communication account because it allows me to efficiently manage correspondence with authors across various platforms.
Any email program can do that.
Yeah, but last time I checked, email addresses all communicated with each other. So
right.
Yeah. My booklocker.com email address does the
work
same
for everything.
thing.
Right. Yeah. And for people that don't know, there is no such thing as a 555 area code.
Yeah.
That's why you see the numbers 555 and addresses on TV, phone numbers on TV shows and stuff like that, because you can't actually accidentally give somebody a real phone number.
That's probably a VoIP created.
Go at that, or if they just want to communicate by email or through their contact form. They put a phone number that make themselves look legit, but the phone number's not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah, they even say on this website that they're to reach out to the email below, and it's a Gmail actually published on the website.
On their website. Wow, that's so professional.
Yeah.
You got any others recently?
Man, that's two today. Two pretty big ones today.
Yeah.
You can't beat one comes over the transom while we're recording.
Yeah.
No, right.
That's great. I think we ought to just close on that one. That was
Clayton and I had a phone conversation today. An author was considering signing up with one of those publishers that offers 100% royalties. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
The retailer takes their cut, the distributor, the printer, the publisher, the author gets 100% of what's left over. That's how it works now. With BookLocker, with our print books, authors earn a firm percentage based on the list price, so they always know how much money they're going to make. But these scammers offering, or even legitimate publishers, but are operating in a way that we don't recommend.
What they want you to think is you're going to get 100% of the retail price of your book, but that's not even what they're saying. You're going to get 100% of whatever's left after everybody else takes their cut.
Right, and again, BookLocker authors earn a firm percentage, flat percentage, based on the list price of the book each time a copy sells. We have an article on Writers Weekly, and I'll put a link under this episode to that as well, about why you should avoid publishers that claim to pay 100% royalties, because they're just using funky language to trick you, so they can't be trusted. Yeah.
100% of nothing.
That's right. Well, anybody got final words before we wrap this up?
It is now dark here, and I need to go sit on the back porch
and listen for
and
Bigfoot.
Have my finger on the record button.
Yeah.
We talked about that this afternoon. No more freezing in fear.
I told Angie, I said, next time this happens, none of us is jumping up. we're just gonna both pick up our phones,
Click
go to
record.
video, and hit that record button. And
Yeah.
hopefully we're gonna have some audio for y'all in the next hopefully 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Because you
be tonight.
just never know when they're gonna be there and when they're not. So
What we did learn though is when it happened the first time, the activities which just kept going, kept happening.
Oh, that's true.
Until they disappeared in March. I mean, it wasn't days between incidents; it was hours between incidents.
Yeah. So we may be back in Bigfoot season.
Our son Max just texted me from his job. He's
Yeah.
a welder, and said, "Don't forget to record tonight." Oh, I forgot to mention. Max, it was wintertime that year,
Yeah.
and Max and I were downstairs. I think we were both in the garage at the time, and he heard something outside, and he walked with his flashlight, his phone flashlight, and walked all the way across the bottom back porch, which is cement, and it was on the other side, and it went,
No.
and Max came running back so fast. It was hilarious.
Clayton, got anything to wrap us up with?
Be careful out there, everyone.
That's it. And not
There are
just for
sharks in the
Bigfoot.
waters. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bigfoot's big feet
Big feet.
and scammers.
And scammers.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep, scammers in the
All right.
waters.
Well, there's one way you don't have to worry about a scammer. That's if you sign up with booklocker.com. We're a family-owned and operated company. We've been in business over 27 years. And we got A+ rating from Better Business Bureau. We got plenty of online high reviews.
Yeah, we've got
And-
lots of good reviews on that. Excellent reputation.
You
Yeah.
go to booklocker.com, click that contact us button, and you're going to be talking directly to Angela Hoy, the president and CEO. Now, how many other publishing companies you think are going to do that for you?
Well,
Let you talk to the president.
I don't do cover design. I don't do interior formatting. I used to years ago, but we grew too big, and now I spend 90% of my time corresponding with
Just
authors,
talking to, yep.
and the other
Gotta
10%
farm
I'm
out the
running
other
accounting.
stuff.
Yeah.
So come over to BookLocker. Also, our prices are just phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah, you can easily overpay with a lot of these other publishers. We compete with the big boys. We're very competitive. So
And our prices are lower than a lot of the scammers are charging, which is
that's true. So why would you go to a scammer when you could save money with us? I mean, literally save your money.
The first 2 episodes of the podcast were get published in just $299. A lot of them lowball authors. Oh, you wanted words on your cover? That'll be an extra $6,000. But some of them lowball, but some of them, they charge a lot of money to make themselves look legitimate. A lot of them charge way more than BookLocker, which is nuts. Yeah.
And don't forget to check out our weekly e-zine, Writers Weekly. That's writersweekly.com. And you'll get to see a lot of articles. And if you're looking for writing gigs, we list a bunch of those every week. So come on over, check us out.
Yeah.
And that should about wrap it up here. Don't forget booklocker.com, booklocker.com. All right, folks. Well, Angie and I are going Bigfoot hunting, and so we will see you next week on the Writers Weekly podcast.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thank you. Y'all take
Talk
care.
to
See you later, bro.
Okay.
Bye-bye.